Yo, yo, good morning, good people. Man, it is nice this morning in the DMV area. How you guys doing? I got my son in the back. I don't know if I can see his car seat, but I'm on the way to take him to daycare, and it's just been a great morning. So the Dak deal is done. Also, thank you guys. I haven't told you guys this in a while, but thank you guys for always liking, sharing, and subscribing. I'm going to start doing more live streams. I did one with Vach the other day, draft, and I'm gonna start banging those out with like Joe, and me and Sky got some work to do. And all the OGs, I've seen all the work that you guys have been doing, and it's awesome. I'm feeling really good this morning. Sun is shining. So I wanted to kind of talk about Dak, and first of all, the deal got done, and to kind of piggyback on that, this is the sign to me that, okay, the Cowboys are now kind of getting their ducks in a row, and they're not being, I'm not saying they're being a bad franchise, but they're doing the right thing as a franchise. It's like, we got a guy who we believe in, we said we believe in, we're going to pay him as such, no matter what the outside world thinks, no matter what me, you, and that's how you do things with ESPN critics, whatever, like, whatever anybody thinks, we're going to get this done so we can get ready for this draft and we can become a good football team. Now, that's how you do things. And I don't prescribe, to me, everybody who's, this adds pressure, blah, 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 dog, wherever Dak goes, there's going to be pressure. There's pressure to be an NFL quarterback. Like, I don't get this adds pressure. And I'm critical of Dak. But to say he didn't deserve money, or, you let him walk, I didn't want him to get paid outrageously, but it looks like it's only 75 on the first 2 years or something. They made it as to though that Dallas, they made the contract as to though Dallas won't be in trouble. And that's all I wanted. That's all I asked for, so that the team can go out and free agency and address some needs, plug some holes, and then they can draft freely. I want to talk about the draft because that's what Foots does. Foots talks about the draft. To me, first of all, the way that things were going, quarterback was a real discussion for me, because this franchise in the past has botched certain deals, and they've botched certain things that they've done. So we had no idea if this would have got done. Okay, the Joneses track record is okay, but this to me cleans up their track record. It's like they gave him the money he deserved, and blah blah blah. So, but anyway, we don't know if quarterback was or wasn't on the table. Now we know it's completely off, and now this is not a question going into the draft. Boom, check it off the list. It's done. I love it. Now watch this and understand this. If it's me, the window is now. Okay? With that being said, I don't want Cowboys fans, and we'll talk more draft-wise, and I'll bang a few more mocks. I got a few more position groups I need to get through, but we'll bang a few more mocks. I did safeties and corners, but I'm gonna get to some other positions. I already knocked out linebackers. Make sure you guys go check that out, my linebacker rankings. Don't think for 1 second that, okay, two players I'm not gonna trade away from offensively, and I just told myself this: Kyle Pitts, Rashawn Slater. Our defense sucked last year. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, all these people that we could get, Micah Parsons, blah blah blah, everybody. Like, you name them, we could get them. Nick Bolton, the list goes on. Patrick Surtain, Caleb Farley, all these defensive studs that you guys like and that we watched in the whole nine. The two offensive players I cannot trade away from just because I want to trade out or will and deal or get more picks: Rashawn Slater and Kyle Pitts. Because our defense is bad doesn't mean that you can't make your offense better. like, get Dak what he needs. Because we've seen, I'm not saying that he can't make players better, but we've seen that he operates best when everything is locked in for him and he could just do his thing. We know now that Tyron Smith did not play football last year. We don't know, like, he's not going to wave a magic wand and just be healthy. It's just not how it works. You know, he's had back, he's had all sorts of ailments. That's not good. Lyle Collins, he's putting out stuff, and his agent put out something that retirement isn't a real thing for Lyle. Where did that even come from? Like, I don't even think anybody thought Lyle was retiring. So that's, like, things like that scare me. If I have a Rashawn Slater, because I'm going to tell you, it's now starting to be talked that Rashawn Slater may jump Penei Sewell just because of his strength and his play strength and his work against, you know, a Chase Young and AJ Epinesa in the Big Ten. Like, he was able to stone both of those guys. To me, he's the sure pick there. Like, I know you need defense, but there's no way that I would not draft Rashawn Slater. He can play all 5 of the offensive line positions, and he helps you day one. Kyle Pitts is interesting because there's people that are giving lazy comps that he's just a receiver, and that's not true. That's very far from the truth. He actually does some things in line as a blocker. People are saying, you know, is he Evan Ingram? The turnover for tight ends first round, you know, with TJ Hockenson, who, by the way, got himself together last year, year 2, and had a really good year 2. TJ Hockenson did. But people will say you never draft a tight end in the top 10. Listen, we don't know what this team is going to do with Michael Gallup. And if it's me, I love Mike Gallup, but I love Amari Cooper more, and we know what we have in CD. So if I can have the big 3 move forward, because I think that Mike Gallup would probably be the odd man out, and rightfully so. I think that, you know, CD and I believe that CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper are better players than Mike Gallup. I do. I think Mike Gallup is really good, but I think that those two are better. Amari Cooper is just a route king, and CeeDee Lamb's upside. Listen, if he can get 900 yards, you know, close to a stack with Andy Dalton, with Dak, he's going to be a 1,400-yard receiver. If he can ever get his footwork together, he could be, in 2 years, the best receiver in the league. He's that physical. He can high point the ball. There's really nothing he can't do, and after the catch, he's special. So if I have a chance to add Kyle Pitts to that, I add Kyle Pitts to that. Because you can't guard everybody with Zeke, with Tony Pollard, and I make my offense Kansas City-esque. You see how Pat Mahomes works well with A-list weapons. He works amazing with A-list weapons. Give Dak the same thing and go play football. Defensively, if you're wiped out with those two, which is a very real possibility, and you have one of the quarterbacks hanging around like a Mac Jones, what you do is you get out of there. And then you go draft, you know, JOK, and maybe you get another third or a second, but you get on out of there. And so that's kind of where I'm at with the draft, and that's kind of like my thinking. I'm not trading away from those 2 A-list players. I don't care. And if they're sitting there at 10, I'm going to draft them. I don't care. I'll fix my defense in the 2nd through 7th round. And I'll fix my defense in free agency with scheme and stuff like that. And the corner argument is funny to me because I've just realized, like, man, I've watched these guys and none of them are true lockdown corners, especially not at 10. Nobody's a lockdown corner, and I want Trevon Diggs to be my one. Like, so whoever I'm drafting, that's why I don't mind getting an Elijah Molden or a Newsome, because guess what? Those guys are going to play Robin on this team anyway. They're going to play Robin on this team anyway. Diggs has shown that he can be corner one. You still have Reggie Robinson in the fold. You don't know what's going to happen with Chidobe Awuzie. So for me, I'm not going to press the defensive need just because I needed a better defense. I think you would be foolish to do that. The Dak deal is done. If I got a chance to protect his blind side for another 10 to 20, not 20, but if I got a chance to protect his blind side, because, hey, when he turns 31, if he's still balling, he could be due for another payday. And why not have a Rashawn Slater here working with him for the long run? That's just how I think about it. It's your boy Futz, guys. As always, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. The Dak deal is done. Salute again to the Jones regime for doing the right thing. Peace.